What's up, you guys? Welcome to episode 2 of Next Podcast. This is your host with the most, Kendall Levin. I am still locked out of my main TikTok account. Yes, it is true. I think if you guys want to, this would be kind of cool if you guys want to like comment and like tag TikTok on all my videos. Sorry, I had a hiccup. I think that'd be kind of cool just because they fucking hate me. No, not really. Working with a guy actually internally with TikTok that's been submitting reports for me. So fingers crossed. But until then, I have my podcast TikTok that I've been posting on. It's at the next pod. Could you imagine that? I'd start my handle with who would have guessed? Not the Kendall Levin. So, oh, my mom texted me. Sorry about that, ding. Anyway, today's episode actually is super, super fun. I had a really good conversation with Brady Riley, globally renowned singer-songwriter, who is just an all-around amazing person who I love to talk to. So he gave us a fantastic interview. So I'm going to keep this intro short because most of what you're going to hear next is just Brady and I shooting the shit, just talking about life and hanging out with Randy Travis and everything in between. So that's where we're at. At the end of this podcast, you will also get a little sneak peek at who the guest is next week. I'm not going to name any names, but you're going to hear a little vocal clip and you can just do with that what you will. It's super exciting. I'm having a great time. So if you guys have any suggestions on who I should bring on, let me know. I'm totally down to slide into some DMs. So yeah, DM me on the podcast Instagram or TikTok. It's the next pod. And or my personal is good too. I just don't always see my DMs in there. It's the Kendall. So hold on, I can't even fucking talk. The Kendall Levin. Also update. I've been talking to the same guy now for a couple weeks. So I'm gonna have to update you guys on that later. But here we go. Let's go. Here is Brady Riley. Hello, Brady.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm so hungover, but I'm alive and well.
Well, you're beautiful as always. Hungover. Hungover.
I have like this whole image. I was like, I'm gonna go in this. I'm gonna be glamorous. I'm gonna like wear something like sexy. No, my hangover this morning was like, fuck you. Like you did this. Like we're not doing anything like that.
What did you do? Did you just go out? Because you live in Nashville. Do you go out? I mean, Broadway or where do you hit?
Oh God, I try to avoid Broadway at all costs, but it sucks. This is one thing I hate about living in Nashville is like, it's so easy to go out to a bar every single night. There's always something going on every single night. Like last night we went to this like pizza place in East Nashville and like we were just gonna go there and then go to this bar and have one drink.
Never.
I didn't get home until 6 a.m. this morning.
Oh my God. 6 a.m.
Yes, it's so stupid. So I go to this like local, well, it's not like a local bar, but like a lot of the locals go there in Midtown and it's called Red Door.
Oh yeah.
And they don't close until 3 a.m. And like once you're in there, like you know everyone in there. So you just get to talking to everybody or you just like meet people. And so we were there until like they're like, hey, y'all need to get the fuck out.
Oh my God.
And then we ended up going to some friend's house afterwards and just sorry. We ended up going to some friend's house afterwards and I don't think we left there until like 6:15 and I didn't get home until like 6:30 like.
And you're alive right now. How? It's literally like 1 PM and I'd still be dead.
I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing. Barely breathing.
I love that. So wait, when did you move to, because you lived in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you from again? Like Beaumont area?
Yeah, Beaumont area. So like Southeast Texas. I lived in Austin for 6 years before I went to Nashville. And then I moved to Nashville in January and I haven't looked back yet.
What made you want to move?
Honestly, Austin was just like super political and that's just not my cup of tea. Like a lot that I won't say because I don't want to like get canceled, but I don't know. to me, I'm not losing sleep over anything. Like, and if you are, I mean, everyone has their own cup of tea, and that's just not my cup of tea.
I hear you.
Austin, like when I first moved there, I originally I moved to Austin like randomly. When I graduated high school, I was literally just like, I'm getting the fuck out of my small town. I don't want to like see anyone ever again. Like, fuck y'all. Like, I was out. And so I did. And then like 2 years later, I started like running into people like from my hometown. Like everyone was moving to Austin. And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was just trying to get away from everybody. I was trying to be different. Like, cause like where I'm from, like no one ever really leaves. And so I was like, oh, I'm getting the fuck out. Like I'm not staying here. And so I did. And I don't know. And it honestly, like now, like that I'm older and like I'm only 25. I'm acting like I'm fucking 40, but I'm 25. And like, I think moving away from my home, like my smallest hometown at such a young age, also made me appreciate, because at the time when I moved, I was like, I never want to come back to this place. Like I fucking hate it. But now that I'm older, I'm like, that is like what made me me. Like that small ass town is like that's my heart. Like that's my home.
Did you have a dream? Like what was, whenever you were a kid, like living in your small town, like what was your goal, like to get out, right? Like you must have had a plan to like move to Austin. It's a great scene for everything here, from like in arts to, I mean, sports now, it's like, what was your goal?
I didn't, honestly, like I said, I didn't really have like a goal. Like when I moved to Austin, it was literally, I decided I was moving to Austin like a month before I graduated high school. Graduated high school, 2 weeks later, I was in Austin. Like,
wow.
And my dad was like, what are you, like, why? And I was like, I don't know. But my parents were so supportive. They're like, whatever, like, go do it. Like, don't do anything we wouldn't do. But so I don't think I really had a plan, because ultimately, like, college wasn't for me. And, but my parents were like, we'll pay for you to like live in Austin as long as you're in school. So I was like, oh, got it. Like, we're good. I can do that. So I took a few classes like ACC, like the fucking bare minimum, just so I could like stay in Austin, because I was in school. That was the agreement. As long as I was in school, they would pay for my shit. And I was like, all right, I'm in Austin. I'm in school. Rent is due.
I'm still schooling. Rent will be paid.
Exactly.
So what did you study at ACC? Did you finish, or what was your?
I was going to school to be a teacher.
Really?
Ugh.
What'd you want to teach?
I wanted to teach elementary, and I had a job like when I lived in Austin. I worked for this company, and it was like an after school program. And I genuinely did love it. Like I've met so many cool people like through just like that program, and the kids were awesome, but no patience. I don't have the patience for that. And that was some free birth control for 6 years.
I hear you. I could not do it. Teaching it takes a special person. I am not that person.
Oh my God. Like, and it wasn't even like the kids that were like terrible, like the parents. It was like having to deal with parents, and you have this one kid that's literally a little asshole, but his mom and dad, like, that's their angel. And I was like, he's crawling up the damn wall. Like, what are you talking about? He's the exorcist.
We hate him. No, that's exactly why I couldn't do it either. I'm like, I have a dog. I had a work meeting like 2 days ago, and everyone was going around like, yeah, I have 2 kids. Everyone's like, yeah, I want kids one day. What about you, Kendall? I'm like, I have a Yorkie. That's about as big as it's gonna get.
I don't even know. I'm on, like, I'll have like a thought during the day. I'm like, I want a dog.
Uh-huh.
And then I think like, I'm gone like 24/7. Like that dog would literally sit in this house and be so bored.
So I get like a tiny portable one, because like literally
a portable dog.
Bear, I bring Bear everywhere. He's like 8 pounds, so he's tiny. So I literally stick him in a bag, and I'm like, let's go. He's tiny. So I'm like, it's kind of like having a kid, it's like you got to feed him. You can just leave them. Like he's 2, and I'm like, all right, you're grown. Have fun now.
2 of my friends have dogs, and like I love it, because like we'll make plans, and then there's always just like, oh, what about the dog? What do we do about the dog? And I'm like, not my bull, not my bullshit, not my dog. You figure it out. Like,
okay, wait. So, okay, total tangent there. Sorry. So I guess, so you moved to Austin, lived here for a while. Is that when you got into like what you're doing now, like your music, like full time now?
yeah, so I started writing like for myself, and I don't know, it just growing up I like wanted to be a singer. I never thought about being a songwriter, anything like that, but um that kind of changed. I went through a shitty ass breakup and he pissed me off, and I just started writing everything down on paper, and here we are.
That's what it takes. No, that's awesome.
So thank you to him, but fuck him, but thank you to him.
It's where it's like people come in your life for a reason. His reason was to
Mhm.
make you, very successful. So we
The
love him.
first song that I ever put out about that guy, when I released it, he was just like, is this about me? And I was just like, yeah, sorry. Like,
That's awesome, though. That I mean,
I won't call his bluff. I won't say the song just because we're good. Him and I are very civil. Fuck him, but we're civil.
we hate him. No,
I don't, it's so funny. Like I still see it. Like when I go like home to Texas, like in my hometown, like I see him. Like it's normal, it's casual. He has a girlfriend now. They're happy. Yeah, I don't know, but they're happy. Wish them the best. Me, I'm single as a Pringle, still living life.
I love that.
Someday my prince will come. Maybe when it's not closeted straight men, but whatever.
So we've talked. Do you run into a lot of that in Nashville, like the closeted straight coming
I
out?
run into that. You literally, the amount of men in this world that are closeted or just like not sure what the fuck they want is insane. Like, I could ruin marriages, relationships, friendships, but I don't do that. I'm humble.
So, okay, without dropping names, like obviously some of these guys have got to be pretty well known in your industry, like with like, how does that work? Like, are you just like super secret?
Kind of. I mean, I try not to be in any drama just because, like I said, I don't ever want to get canceled. I don't want to piss anyone off. I don't want to be someone's Grammy. You know what I mean?
You're unproblematic.
I don't want to be problematic, and I'm trying. Like for a while, like it was kind of like it's like a rush. Like when a straight guy was like, Brady, and I was like, me, like come here. But I would never like flock to them. They would come to me. So like to me, because there is some gay guys that like chase after straight people, and that's not cool to me. I think that's weird. It's a little too much for me. But if a straight guy like comes to me, and I'm okay with that. But I'm trying to get out of that because my friends are always like, you're not gonna get married if you just keep fucking with these straight guys. Like, and like in my head, I'm like, they're not straight, like they're with me.
You never know. I mean, like you said, they are with you for a reason.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's crazy.
People start bitching. I'm like, I just work here. I don't know. I just work here.
I'm just living my life. Let me live.
My vibe right now is just living life.
That's good. Do you think the dating scene is better in Nashville than it was in Austin?
You were here a few weeks ago. The men here.
Oh my God.
I don't know if God was just like, I think we're gonna put everyone that's hot in Nashville.
Sprinkle it up.
Literally, like he sprinkled some extra hotness in Nashville. Like the men here, I mean,
it's another breed. It's another breed of men.
Insane.
Even like the older guys, like I was with my mom, and so like I didn't get to go like meet guys my own age, but like everywhere we would go, there would be guys for me and for my mom that were like drop dead gorgeous in groups of like 20. Like all of them were like.
And what's even worse is like a lot of the guys are like in bands here in Nashville. Like they just have a guitar, and I'm like, they are so fucking sexy. They have like no teeth and like a mullet, and I'm like, but he's in a band. Like he's so hot.
But he's a musician.
He's a musician. And then like, when that guitar goes, like when he doesn't have the guitar in his hand, he's fucking hideous. So when he's out there like ripping the guitar, I'm like, rail me. Like he is so hot.
Do you ever run into so my mom and I call them hat catfishes, where like they'll wear like their cowboy hat and like their boots and jeans,
and then they take it off and they're bald?
Or like it's like really bad. Like you're just like, this is not what you look like with the hat on.
No, it's so scary. Or then like
so bad.
I've had a few nights and then it's like I'm at Red Door every single night. Like if I could have a sponsorship with that bar, that'd be amazing. But Red Door, So the lights in there, they call it red door because it's like it has like this fucking red TikTok lights like throughout the entire bar. So it's like literally just red. It's very sexy, like smoky. It's so disgusting. I love it. But it's under this like red fluorescent light, and like everyone's so fucking hot under there. And then like you're like, I'm gonna take him home. And then like you go home with this guy. And then when you get out of the red light, it's like, whoa. I'm kidding.
Let's go back under the red light, please. That's
Yeah.
when you need to get like the LED stripper on your room and just be like, all right, here,
We're gonna turn it right.
It's a little better. Leave before I wake up in the morning, please.
We had a so I have those like lights in my room, like the LED lights, and we had like a snowstorm here, and I passed out. Like I took NyQuil and was just asleep because I don't know how to do snow. I don't fucking deal with it. But I woke up and the power went out. So it was dark, and then like all of a sudden, like the lights came on in my room and it was red. And I was like, I woke up, I was like, am I in red door? Like,
did I sleep here last night?
I was like, did I stay the night here? Fuck.
Snowstorm a dream? Yeah, that's funny. That's like terrifying.
Literally, when I first moved to Nashville, as soon as I got to Nashville the next week, we had like a snow apocalypse. Like, I was like calling my parents. I was like, should I like buy chains for my tires? Like, I don't know how to put them on, but like, I'll do it.
I'm not made for that. That's how it was here. Whenever it was like beginning of like COVID, like the whole pandemic thing, we had like snow apocalypse in Texas, in Austin. And it was like, we had like 2-3 feet of snow. Like it was insane. And
it's insane.
I don't even have like boots, like snow boots or anything. Like I wore tennis shoes and walked on ice to go to like the restaurants in the Domain. I was like, this is about as good as it gets. I had on like 3.
I didn't have any groceries. And so I was like, the one time, like when I saw people like kind of driving, I was like, okay, I can do it. When I get in my car, I end up having a blowout on the interstate and it's snowing.
Oh my God.
And I'm like calling my dad. I was like, Brady, like I'm in Texas. Like, what do you want me to do about it?
Oh my God. That's like,
So I called my friend Emily and one of her girlfriend, like bless their heart, my friend Emily Wiseman, we were I was driving to another friend's house, and this is like when I first moved to Nashville, I literally knew like 3 people here. And I had this blowout and I was like, I don't need to fucking call. So I called my friend Emily because I was like, well, her boyfriend can come like help me. I can barely put a straw through a Capri Sun. I'm not changing a fucking tire. But so I called her and I was like, hi, like is Dylan around? Like I had a blowout, like I'm downtown, like just got off the interstate, downtown, flat. Like it's on the fucking road. And she's like, no, but like text me your location, like I'll figure it out. And I was like, okay. And I didn't have AAA at the time because AAA will just come do it for you, but I didn't have it at the time because I'm not smart. But so one of her girlfriends ended up coming, and bless this girl's heart, she literally just like, this is like her first date with this guy, Emily's friend. Her first date with this guy, her like new boyfriend, which they're together now, like they're like a couple, which I love that. But her like fresh new boyfriend that she's like on her first date with came and like changed my tire for me in Nashville. Like
that had to be points though. Like,
oh my God,
you had to be like, oh man, like
I was like, you helped them. Like
you helped them. That's good though. But then you were able to get off. That is like, I feel like that's like almost a sign. I would have been like, Mom, I'm coming home. Like this is not me.
I
like,
haven't had that moment yet where I'm like, okay, I gotta get back to Texas.
That's you know.
Yeah, well, I'm like, to me, like moving out here was scary, and I don't think my parents are supportive, but I don't think they're like 100% like let's do it. But like moving out here, like it was kind of just like a safe space for me. Like I was depressed in Texas. Like I was like kind of like, it's heavy being in your fucking 20s. Like I was like having an identity crisis. Like I was like, I don't know what I want to do, who I want to do it with. I was just like, I don't belong here like anymore. And I moved here knowing like 2 people and just wanted like a fresh start. And I'm genuinely like the happiest I've ever been. I've met so many cool people. I've had a lot of amazing opportunities. I've worked with some cool people, but like it was like honestly like the art of like starting over. Like when I came here, it like really like redefined me as a person. And I feel like it shows like through like social media. If you look back from like posts from like a long time ago, and I know this is like so like cliche, like bringing up my social media, but like
No, it's all for it.
I don't I don't know how else to explain it. Like, because I mean I post everything on social media, but like posts from like when I was in Texas, like to now, like just I feel like even like the confidence, the happiness, like the glow, like it really shows. And that makes me feel good as a person.
No, your social media, like just watching, like from, because I think we met like right, like probably 2 weeks before you moved out to Nashville or something like that. Because it was like we were like, let's hang out, and then you're like, wait, actually, just move. Wait a second, what? And like just seeing that, like from the time that I've known you, makes me want to move to Nashville to thrive, because like you're literally thriving, like living your
Mm.
life out there. Do you?
Nashville's so fun.
It seems like it's like, I mean, almost like a dream. Like it's the
It
better
is. And
I
it's
can play.
and Nashville's such a small town. And but I think that's why I like it. It's almost like a big family here. Like you see the same people out every single night. And
So nice.
to some people, like I feel like you would get tired of that. But like to me, it's like it's home. Like this is home now. And it's just kind of like my safe space. And I love like when people from Texas come and invade my safe space, because I want people to like come out here and be like, wow, I need to get the fuck out. Like
Texas is such like a cyclone, like it sucks you in, and like
it does. And people and like even being from Texas, like when you're a Texan, like you're fucking hardcore Texan, like never fucking leaving, but I did.
Someone has to break the chain, right? You got
Right, exactly. But like
rest of us.
I like my advice to anyone is like get out of your hometown, even if it's just for like a year, even if it's only like 4 hours away, different state, get out for like at least a year.
Preach it, preach it, preach it. That's literally what I talk about all the time, because my hometown is very similar. We're like everybody basically grows up there, their families grew up there, went to school there. We're going to the same elementary
Mhm.
our parents went to. Like it's so easy and comfortable and nice that it's just like, oh well, it's good enough, but like you never reach like your full potential. And then of course I go from
Exactly.
small town at freaking Waco. And so that's why like I moved to Austin. Everyone else that I knew like from my hometown moved back home, and it sucks you back in, but those are the same
And
people.
not to knock anyone that does
No,
move back home, but I mean,
home will always be there.
sorry, my friend is bringing me Chick-fil-A. She's being my saving grace right now.
Oh, we love her. No, it's okay. No, but that's basically it. Is like I didn't have anything against, people who chose to stay there, but it's like my mom always was like, you know what, home's always here. Go away, go experience life, learn who you are, figure out, what you want to do with your life, and come back if you want. It's kind of
Exactly.
things. It was very just like get out, see the world, then come back and report back to mama, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that's so cool about my parents is like my parents were so adamant about me figuring out who I was. And I'm not the only gay person in my small ass town, but I'm the gayest one there. But I don't know, like my parents have always like loved me unconditionally and have always been like, chase your dreams, do what you want, get out.
So
But also like you'll always have like a place here.
that is like so important to have supportive parents like that too. Like I feel like I have a lot of, moms that actually listen to this podcast, believe it or not, and like very young moms and kind of going out of the world. And especially in society today, I feel like it's a lot easier to be who you are, want to go out anywhere, regardless of like what you want, right, or who you are. But, whenever you decided to leave, was it welcome? Like how you said you were 18, right? So, I mean, how was that big step? Like whenever you just like, what was your deciding factor other than like, okay, like this is a small town. Like, was there any moment that you were like, yeah,
I'm a very kind of once I think about doing something, I'm gonna do it. Because if I don't do it, I'm never gonna fucking do it. And so when it like popped in my head, like, oh, move to Austin, like I started looking at apartments like immediately, and I was out like, and my parents were business owners, so like my dad, like if I wanted to do something, like I had to have like where I was living, like how much it's gonna be. I gotta have it all laid out for him. Like it had to be ready to go. If I'm doing it, I need a fucking plan.
That's good though. That's a good way to be.
And so like that's when that, like I said, when that thought process popped in my head, I was just like, all right, moving to Austin. 3 of my girlfriends from Galveston, I like texted them. I was like, hey, do y'all move to Austin? Like, no questions. They're like, yeah, sure. Like, fuck it, we did.
I
Like,
love
we all like lived in this like student apartment in Austin off Riverside, and it was so ghetto and gross, and it was student living. It's fucking trashy, but
it's where you grew
it was
up.
like that was like my way out, so I did it.
That's so awesome. Do you think it would have been the same for you if you would have moved straight to Nashville? Was that even a thought back then?
No, and like, yeah, even like being in music, like, because I was doing everything from Austin, I was like, I don't have to be in Nashville. And like, I think it's because I never, like, I've been to Nashville, but I haven't like experienced Nashville. And even I didn't experience Nashville until I fucking moved here.
Especially like that music scene. I feel like it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like you have to know people. Like it's like a circle.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy. Like, it's so crazy. Like how small, like I was backstage at the Ryman a few weeks ago, and just like seeing like all these like celebrities like interact with each other, and it's like this is their home, like, and it's not even like that they're celebrities, like I'm sitting next to like some big stars, and
You do.
they're looking at me like we're all just like normal people, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, you have fucking 75 Grammys, like why are you talking to me? Like I'm a piece of shit, like I'm literally no one.
You're
And then
there
like
for a reason.
and then I have like Lauren Elena comes up to me. She's like, "You're the most beautiful person I've ever seen. Like, she's the most like countryest, sweetest person in the entire world. Love her to death. She, God, I just love her."
So whenever you were backstage at the Ryman, like, was there anybody that like was jaw dropping? Like you saw them and you're just like, like star stunned, or was it just kind of like everyone's casual?
Maren Morris's husband, Ryan Hurd, he's a handsome son of a gun. Like, he is beautiful. Who else? Lauren, of course, is beautiful.
Did everybody pretty much look like what you think they like as
Yeah, everyone's fucking beautiful. It's so annoying. I'm like just standing there. I'm like, good God. Lainey Wilson, she's like a newer country artist. She's so sweet. The countryest person you'll ever hear. Like, even like talking, like she sounds just like she sings. Who else was there? There's a lot of people there tonight. Randy Travis was there. He's a sweetheart. Him and his wife.
there. He
Do
like
what?
there was like the video of him there like on stage with everybody, and he like that went so viral. It was all over my TikTok at least. That what a cool thing to do. That's so awesome.
Randy's a sweetheart. But it's just crazy. Like, this is, and I don't even think about it like that. Sometimes like this is my life when I'm like backstage at the Ryman. Like, to some people, like the Ryman's icon, like the Ryman is iconic. Like, that is the church of country music, and I'm just back there, just like,
I'm here.
like I'm here, and like I had my friend Joey text me the other day, and he's just like, because I was having dinner, I was at Randy Travis's house, and like Parker McCullum was there, and we
Subtle drop.
subtle drop. Sorry, subtle drop.
Shit, literally.
But we were having dinner, and I took a video of it and I sent it to one of my friends, and he's like, do you understand like that you're like sitting in front of like a country legend right now, and like you're just chilling?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I would be shitting bricks, but like, I don't know, it's just, this is my, like, sometimes like this is my life, like I just chill. Like,
do you know how many times I've slid into Parker McCollum's DMs? I'm like, no, I mean, just the fact that you're like in that like circle, that you have the ability to like have those doors opened, and like that you've worked that hard to get there, is absolutely fucking crazy. Like, did you ever guess that would happen? Like, what
no, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I like, and I still don't. I still haven't like fully grasped a lot of things.
That's insane.
But
it's
like
you were just like live, and it's funny because it like kicked in with whenever you just now like dropped it so subtle like that too. It's like, how I would have been, oh my God, guess what? Like, guess who, what I did. Like, it's your
but
life.
it was like, it was me, Randy's daughter Kavanaugh, who's one of my best friends, and Randy's wife Mary, Parker, his fiance Hallie, his brother and his girlfriend. Like, we just had like a chill night, and we just sang, and it was so funny. We were sitting in the living room, and Mary, Randy's wife, was like, hey, like Randy wants you, talking to Parker, and she's like, hey, like, why don't you sign one of Randy's guitars? Because in Randy's living room, he has like guitars hanging up in the living room and everything. And Parker's face, Parker's just like, are you kidding? Like,
Oh my God.
It was just such a cool thing to see too. And like, I mean, I've done Parker for a few years now, and I don't know, like seeing him grow and like seeing him like at Randy's house and like just letting that kind of like all sink in. It was just like kind of full circle for me. It's like, Parker started like in like college towns. It was just all in Texas, and now he's in the Nashville scene. He just dropped like his new record. Like, I don't know. It's cool to watch. It's cool to watch that kind of stuff happen.
Seeing him grow from like the fan perspective, it's been crazy because like whenever I was at Baylor, he would come perform at the Backyard, which is like this little rinky-dink bar in Waco. Not rinky-dink, actually pretty cool, but he would come perform with like him and Co. Like it was never just him. And then that was like freshman year. And then towards my senior year, he would come just him and like sell out the Backyard. But then like, I mean, it's within like the last couple of years, just that since I've lived here, he has like exploded. Like,
yeah, it's insane.
do you think like being like with those artists out there, like to make it in Nashville, do you have to be signed to like a big label like that, or how
absolutely not? And I think that's what a lot of people think, and I think that's what kind of fucks a lot of people up, is you don't need a label to be successful in music. If you know how to brand yourself and put yourself out there and market yourself the right way, and you get with the right team, like you don't need a label.
Do you think that you're like, if somebody's like, hey, what do you do? How do you introduce like what you do? Would you say you're a songwriter, a singer? Where are you in that space?
Well, in Nashville, like everyone, like you can ask everyone to do their songwriter or singer. So I just singer, songwriter, creator.
You do you.
Simple. Yeah.
That's so
simple as that.
Is it like, how did you, I guess, get your foot in the water out there? Like, how did you make that jump to get into that circle?
I don't even know if I can talk about that, honestly.
That's okay. You don't have to go to specifics. Did you, like, whenever you went out there, did you know that that's what you wanted to do? Like, you were like,
yeah, I 100%. When I came out here, it's like, I think moving out here is like what made me like want to take everything more serious. That really? I wasn't just like writing like fun songs in my bedroom. Like I'm writing to like put music out, let other people sing these songs. Like I'm doing this for real.
That's so nice to just like be in that whole environment. Do you think it's helped a lot propel your career and like get you to where you're at now?
I think it's helped me grow.
Yeah.
It's really helped me grow.
Especially with all of, I mean, you literally, I mean, just walking down Nashville, like Broadway, the main streets, like there's so many different realms of creativity going on at once. Like you have, I feel like
absolutely
worlds. That is crazy. Well, that's
awesome. It's crazy. There's a lot of people think that Nashville is just country music, but there's so many pop artists out here. Like Justin Timberlake just bought a house out here. Ed Sheeran just bought a house out here. Like there's all these like different people that come to Nashville just because the talent that's in this area, just like instrument wise, like writing wise, like anything you need, like you can find it in fucking Nashville. And it's not even have to be country music.
That is so true. That is so true. And they, they've done a really good job at keeping it very like tourist friendly, but still Nashville. Like they keep it to its roots, like just, coming from a tourist perspective. But I mean, I love it out there. I think you made a great decision moving, and I'm going to come visit you soon because
yes, absolutely.
I need to come dip my feet in the water. And sorry, Mom.
Come out here and meet you a cute little cowboy.
Yes, I need a nice little cowboy, maybe a musician.
My mom, I've been going on like Bumble dates and everything, and my mom's always like, please be careful. Like, please be careful.
I mean, I guess, so I know we're pushing time, but what is your go-to dating out there? Do you use like the dating apps and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, it scares me because dating apps are scary, but I am such like an FBI agent when it comes to that though. Like when I'm like going on a date with someone, I have their Instagram. I've already found their mom on Facebook. I pay $3.99 a month for this, like, it's like a reverse phone book lookup. So if they text me, I can see if it's a real number. I'm fucking psycho. I don't want to get killed. But here's my thing. And I tell my friends all the time this. If I get murdered, I want a documentary. I want to be on Forensic Files. Like, don't let me go down like silently.
No, that's so funny. That's a good way to put it though. Is at least you went out having fun.
And if I go missing, don't put a fucking ugly picture of me up. And don't put my weight on the fucking milk carton.
I never even thought of that. No, that's a great way to put it. And I think that's a perfect way to close the episode, I'm really excited that we have you on. And is there any other thing? I mean, I know you're coming out with an album. Like, what else? What can you leave the people with? What do you want us to know?
I wonder if I could say,
You can keep it vague and we can always go more in depth later if you want.
yeah, y'all be seeing me a lot more on Monday nights. I think it's either Monday nights or Tuesday nights. One of those. Don't fucking count me on it yet, but one of those nights.
And I'll be sure I'm going to post it, of course, like brag about you on the page and things like that. So people will come. Everyone likes a little surprise every now and then. But
A little surprise, a little sneak.
then we're going to have you back on, hopefully, after.
Absolutely.
Whenever you release things.
Maybe our next one can be a live podcast here in Nashville.
That would be so much fun. Okay, that's our goal.
That's our goal. We'll do it. I can get it set up. We can like set it up at a bar. Actually, Aldean's downtown has a podcast room that we could probably use.
Oh my God. Okay, that's the goal. Okay, let's aim it for end of the year.
End of the year, Nashville, next podcast, live in Nashville.
I love that. But you have to do my makeup, please.
I will, absolutely. And I won't look like helter skelter. So
shut up, you're gorgeous. Well, thank you for coming on. We love
Thank you for having me.
We're excited to have you again.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, so tell me that Brady is not like your favorite person now. I fucking love him. He is so great. We're gonna actually have him on again, like for real. Like we were already talking about it. We're gonna have him on again. Probably towards the end of the year. Oh, my phone's dinging again. Sorry, my mom likes to text me a lot. Anyway, as promised in the beginning, here is an audio clip of our next guest for next week. Let's see if anyone can guess who it is. All right, DM me your guesses. And I'm going to announce this, by the way, first on my TikTok or on the next pod TikTok tomorrow, which is Monday, August 23rd. And we're going to have some good hype promo throughout the week. So keep posted on everything next. Like I said, TikTok always hears it first. Instagram will hear it second, and then you'll see it on my personal after that. So the next pod on TikTok and Instagram, and the Kendall Levin is my personal TikTok and Instagram. Also, don't forget to follow our guest of this week at Brady Allen Riley. I also tagged him all over my page, so give him a follow, tell him how much you love him. And yes, here is the sneak peek clip for next week's guest. See you soon.
My image as far as, separating myself from Too Hot to Handle cast, being in the scene, I was with, Justin Bieber last night, I'm not one to name drop, but he's like a very famous person. So yeah, I feel like it's okay to drop that one, but yeah, very, very cool.
Is he like up to like your rib cage?
Yeah, he's very small. I saw him in person. When he comes up to me, shakes my hand. He's like, "What's up, bro? Big fan." I was like, "Bro, you're a fan of me?" Like, bro, like I've been watching you since like I couldn't even get a date to prom. Like, what do you mean?